Hello, everyone. My name is Jeanette Smith. Welcome to the introduction video for Everyone Should Edit. This video is just here to give you a little idea about me, about my teaching style, what the course is. So what we're going to talk about in this video is a little bit about me, why you might want to learn from me, the vision and mission for the course, who the course is for and also not for, how it actually works, how to make the most of it, and of course, how to get in touch with me if you have questions about it or if you're ready to get started. So, of course, the first question I'm sure you're wondering is, who is Jeanette? Why would I want to learn from her? Well, I've been a freelance writer and editor since 2017. I've edited everything from romance to fantasy, nonfiction, well beyond. I've also written plenty of content work for different corporations and businesses. I am published in various literary magazines. That means I know how to craft a story and get it to a publishable point. I know where you're coming from as a writer because I am also a writer. I did self-publish a book, Modern Myrrh. It's nonfiction, but I've shown that I can get all the way through the writing, editing, and publishing process. I'm also the president of a local writing group where I help teach people with critique and different, various presentations and things like that. I've spoken and presented on different topics at writing and editing conferences. I also am very active on Instagram and LinkedIn. I talk about editing all the time. I have seen many, many of the struggles that writers overcome during editing, and I've put all that information here into this course. I'm also an editing instructor and a writing coach. I've counseled individual clients. I worked with a writing coaching program through a company called DIY MFA for many years. So I have a lot of experience being able to talk about these subjects and help get you through them because I've helped other people get through them as well. So, a little bit about my vision for this course, why I even created it. Well, I envision a world where writers look forward to the editing process and can go into it with confidence. I want to take away that feeling of dread, that chill down the spine when the initial fun of writing is over and now you're faced with revision. So, in order to do that, my mission is to empower you with the right mindset, knowledge, and tools to successfully edit your own works, either alone or with the help of others. And we'll talk about those three pillars in a moment. But first, I want to get into who this course might be for. It might be for you if you look at something you've written and you're saying, now what? You know you need to self edit, but you don't know how. You want to learn. This could be for you if you are working with professional editors at any point. We'll be going over how to choose and use editors, as well as the minimum editing you should do before employing them. Self-editing is still important. This course might also be for you if the idea of spending years revising is daunting. You want a straightforward guide that takes you through an efficient and effective process to self-edit your manuscript until you have the best draft possible. All of that can happen in this course. This course is not for you if you're looking for a quick fix and then it's over. Editing still takes time. I recommend absorbing the course materials over a few days to a few weeks, and that's before you even touch your manuscript. So you need to expect that after you learn to self-edit, you will have to put in the work. This is also not a magical solution. It's not going to tell you how to avoid editing altogether. Even if you choose to use that professional, you still need to do some self-editing to get it to a point where they can look at it deeper. We'll be going over what all that editing is in this course. The way the course works is that there are three main modules or pillars to the course. So, learning involves mindset, knowledge, and tools. Each of these aspects is, I think, extremely critical to the self-editing process. So there's three modules with several videos per module. This does total about 6 hours of content. If you listen to me on 1.5 speed, that's about 4 hours. So you can learn to self-edit an entire novel in about 4 to 6 hours. That's pretty good. I have also provided PDFs of the slides. There are worksheets, lists, things like that, all the stuff that I mention in the videos. So you're getting a lot of practical stuff along with the actual videos and knowledge. If you are thinking, yeah, this course might be for me, then here's a couple of tips to make the most of your learning. First of all, I don't recommend that you actually touch your manuscript until you've finished the course. And I know that sounds funny, but the information you're going to get in Module 3 goes over some of the tools that you might use to edit. So I want you to use these days or weeks to be that natural break between the writing and the editing so you can get back to it with a little bit better of a mindset. I also recommend that you finish the course. Like I said, you're going to learn things in all the modules that affect your editing. It's not like you start at the beginning and start the first process and start in the middle and start the next process. You need all the information. So I do highly recommend going through the entire thing because by the end of the course, you are going to have a better mindset. You're going to have more knowledge of the craft of editing, and you're going to have a list of tools that's going to help move you forward. If you have questions about the course, please do email me, Jeanette@JeanetteTheWriter.com. You can also find me on LinkedIn under the name Jeanette Smith. You can start reading my posts, see what my teaching style is like. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have or get you set up with the course. And I really, really, really hope to see you in that course.